ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening sky. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory.
Mr. Gentleman. Thank you so much, Erin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think she should be at the stage here. She'll do a better job than I'm doing. So we're gonna have, next is Mr. John Lloyd, who will do the royal toast for us. Can I call that royal? That's what he told me anyway.
Good evening, fellow Rotarians and friends. Tonight we mark a new chapter in our club's long and proud history and celebrate a woman of vision, strength, and unwavering service. To our 115th president, Dauna Jones-Simmonds, your journey has been one of grace, grit, and generosity. You've walked with purpose, lifted others, and led by example. As you step into this new role, may you continue to inspire, challenge, and unite us for good. Here's to bold leadership, compassionate service, and the extraordinary year ahead. To President Dauna, may your presidency be as powerful as your purpose. Cheers. I'll be back here.
You missed it.
Everything we've been through. Those to the ones living.
And so I say also to the king. So John, And Ken, thank you so much for that rendition. And John, for your toast. Appreciate it. And know you wish me very well. Appreciate that. Um, typically at our meetings here, we recognize our visitors and visiting Rotarians. But today, I gotta tell you, it's a bit much. Everybody will be standing, so we will pass on that, but we will recognize you later. Before I share my presidential message with you, we have a video to share with you from Coco Lorraine Vera. Coco is my cousin-in-law.
Good evening. My name is Coco Lorraine Vera. I am a speaker, trainer, consultant, and coach by day, and a musical spoken word dramatist by night. I wish that I could join you all this evening, but am completely honored to have written and now be able to share this musical spoken word poem with all of you in honor of a very special lady. I hope you enjoy it. Dauna Jones-Simmonds is the epitome of giving you the best that she's got. Baby, wife, mother, grandmother, sister, girlfriend, activist, and my cousin-in-law. Her name echoes throughout boardrooms and backyards. Both a storm and a sanctuary, grace in motion, justice wrapped in smiles, power wrapped in a purple scarf with sweet flair. My Sherry Moore, lovely as the summer day. A woman who made equity tangible and love visible. She makes us feel seen, heard, held, and understood. An activist, community architect, legacy builder. Because service was not just a duty, it is her mission. She is the kind of woman who says, ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move, promoting diversity, justice, and inclusion. She turned policy into power of the people and passion into movements, working with many organizations. She said, over time, I've been building my castle of love, breaking barriers, backing brilliance, and building tomorrow's leaders. She made sure the door didn't just close behind her. She left it open, wide, and waiting with resources and recipes. She demonstrated dedication. She still goes on and on and on and on. She says, get up, stand up, don't forget your rights. The list goes on and on and on and on. Her love keeps moving like a rolling stone. From government halls to grassroots tables, she advises, consults, and strategizes. She didn't just show up and change the conversation. From public service to private boardrooms, she made her presence purposeful, not for applause, but for access. She says, I believe the children are our future. She just won't quit. She believed we are stronger together when the most vulnerable are seen, supported, and cherished. She knows that we all deserve RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. She became community, not just a word. It's a practice, a song waiting to be sung to ensure that no woman, no cry. The Caribbean birthed her, but Canada became her canvas, and oh, did she paint. She moved like ebony and ivory with unity. Because we are stronger together, sturdy, spirit-filled, and sensational. So inspirational, helping us to sing, I'm every woman, it's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, do it naturally. She had the audacity to show up in every room, daring to say diversity matters. And then the ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3, simple as do, re, mi, ABC. The new ABC became became the Accomplished Black Canadian Women's Award, and she co-authored our future history books, highlighting the stories of hundreds of Black Canadian women. She didn't wait to be written in history. She helped publish it with polished poise. She spotted excellence so bright and made it so that the margins trembled through the fireside chats, to the limit, to the wall. For a chance to chat with you, she gladly risked it all. Each step carved a pathway, calling forth a better world. She saw the change and became the change. She made sure we were never a forgotten footnote again, making us unforgettable, unapologetically Black and unapologetically brilliant, planting our success in secrets galore, like ribbons in the sky for our love. Diversity, she lived it. Equity, she led it. Infusion, she insisted on it. In every room, in every system, at every table, to cooking oxtail soup and coconut tarts, living deeply and letting love lift us up where we belong, where the eagles fly on the mountains high. She carried her people like a song carries harmony, never missing a note. And she said, if this world were mine, she would place at our feet all the love that we deserve, because we are family. And don't get it twisted. We have to give honor where honor is due, like her husband, who said, I love you. And she said, you make me feel like a natural woman. And to her beautiful children, she says, I have nothing, nothing, nothing if I don't have you. And to her beautiful grandchildren, she says, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. They're her heartbeat, inspiring her to stand in a world that needs to shift. She doesn't flinch. One who continues to give her courage, supporting the mission to build a better world. I'm still standing better than I ever did, looking like a real survivor, feeling like a little kid. She takes her position, making history once more as the first Black person, the first Black woman of African and Caribbean descent to become the president of Rotary Toronto in 115 years. She's not just taking office, she's redefining it so we can all dream the impossible dream that is the greatest love of all.
Okay, Coco, we're gonna have to have a conversation. Thank you, Coco. Unfortunately, Coco couldn't be here today. She's currently in the hospital after having surgery. But if I ever see her and want to use her, she would absolutely will say yes. Amazing person from the heart. And we discovered very recently that we are related, thanks to my son. Well, apparently, my dear niece, who recently migrated from the United Kingdom, has a few words to say. Paige Caldera, come to the podium. You may need this step as well as you do. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, yes, being a 4-foot girl, I think this step was definitely needed. But honestly, I think a spoken word like that, I need that in my life. So ideally, I would like someone to create that for me, just throwing that out there. But yes, today I have the pleasure of presenting this plaque to you. It is in recognition of attaining the top electron Rotary status and the president, the first Black woman. So this has actually come from Vashni, who is a dear friend of yours, and I get the opportunity to be able to, she's not here today, but I'll be able to speak on her behalf. So it says, my dearest Dauna, friends and esteemed guests. It also felt really weird saying Dauna, Aunt Dauna, I should say. Though I can't be there in person, know that my spirit is absolutely soaring with you all today as we celebrate Dauna Jones-Simmonds' inauguration as president of the Rotary Club of Toronto. Dauna, you have been more than a friend since childhood. You are truly a sister to me, and I cherish our bond deeply. Watching you into the dedicated, benevolent, passionate, and wise woman you are today has been an absolute joy. I'm so incredibly proud of all of your achievements, and I know your tenure will be nothing short of remarkable. Warmest congratulations, my friend, my sister. Wishing you endless success and blessings as you continue your vital service to mankind. Little bit of a clap. Yes. Wow, that was definitely a wonderful speech. Now, without further ado, I have the absolute pleasure of introducing the next portion of this spectacular event. Please welcome back Dauna, but actually on screen this time as she presents her presidential oath.
I, Donna Jones-Simmonds, as president of the Rotary Club of Toronto, will, to the best of my ability, administer the duties of the office of the president in a business-like manner and in accordance with the club's constitution and bylaws. Thank you. That was done on June 13th. On June 13th of this year, when past President Benoit, sounds unfamiliar, past President Benoit passed the baton to me. So thank you, Benoit. And now to my presidential speech. Good evening and welcome, fellow Rotarians, friends, families, and supporters. We're here to unite for good. Give you an understanding of who your new president is and outline our go-forward strategy for 2025-2026. So thank you for being present in person or virtually. First, let me take this opportunity to acknowledge a few people here, especially my family, because they are my rock and my reason. My husband, Dr. Rensford Simmons, aka Rennie. Pay attention to that. My son, Rensford II, aka Renee. And his wife, Dr. Shannon Meadows. My daughter, Doran, and her husband, Gregory Wright. My five grandchildren, Harlow, Peyton, Rensford III, aka Ren. I think this name Rensford isn't sticking, is it? Robin and Graham. My sister Valerie Jones is here. My niece Paige, you've met her. She'll be joining the club today. Yeah. My nephews, and you'll see her in action. My nephews, Brent and Sonic Jones, David Grimmond, my cousin, Dr. Gail Richards, my family in St. Kitts, the United States and England, who are, despite the time zone differences, are looking on. They say they wouldn't miss this for the world. The Honorable Dr. Jean Augustine, my mentor, my Rotary hero, John Lloyd, whose moral clarity I will speak of shortly. District Governor Nisi Dillon Travelus for District 7070. She's my Sherpa through this president's-elect journey. President Omar Wisdom, you saw his daughter Erin Singh lift every voice just a minute ago. He offered her up, so I appreciate that. President Kenneth Chin and his wife Martina. Past presidents Aaron Hannett and Marion Chan from Toronto East. And I see Joe Holloway is here as well. I want to also acknowledge these people who have been with me, for me, and beside me. My steel pan player, Ken Lewis. If you ever want a great steel pan player, you may want to have a chat with him tonight. Our unwavering technicians and champions, Kit Trong and Malcolm Edwards. Your dedication allows us to shine. Please stand for a minute and be recognized. They're standing anyway. So now for my official speech. And can everybody hear me to the back clearly? Okay, good. Got the nod. On May 12th, 2023, I received a call from past President Jason Feld. Is he in the room? Okay, he ducked away. Okay. Inviting me to dinner to discuss how I was feeling about the club. I found the request quite odd. I was curious, actually. After all, we cross paths regularly. But out of respect, I agreed to meet with him at this very venue at 6:31 p.m., May 15th. Naturally, you remember, nasally? Okay, all right. Naturally, I speculated, for I told someone I lived with that I suspected Jason might be preparing to ask me to step away from the club, as I had become very recently quite outspoken. Jason isn't here, so I can say whatever I want about him. So mentally, I prepared myself for that conversation. I showed up. After about 20 minutes of light chatter, in walked past President Prince Kumar. Well, I remember thinking, how bold of him to crash our meeting without even saying, excuse me. But Prince, ever warm and charming, was welcomed in. Then came the twist. Prince asked, did she accept? I said, accept what? Jason replied, I haven't told her yet. Then he turned to me and said, do you know what we are talking about? Bear in mind, I'm anticipating this uncomfortable conversation. He carried on. You've been selected as our next vice president, which means you'll be president in 2025, 2026. Of course, I naively didn't realize I was being set up beautifully and unwittingly by two men who believed in me more than I believed in myself. I blinked and said, are you serious? Is this club ready for a Black woman to be president? Yes, those words slipped out of my mouth. Maybe I should have been more graceful. Nonetheless, without hesitation, Jason responded, Dauna, it's about time. It's as if he anticipated my reaction. Those powerful words still echo in my heart today. That moment changed the course of my life. By the way, just so that you know, back to John here a second, I overheard John Lloyd telling my husband, you won't see her for a year. She's a write-off. Get used to it. Well, John, I believe you. Today, July 9th, is a family affair with friends, fellow Rotarians and my family, and my 100 ABC honorees in attendance. Thank you, guys. I stand here filled with gratitude and humility. Becoming the 7th woman, the first Black and 115th president of the Rotary Club is the honor of a lifetime. What a privilege and what an honor. For the record, while this is a milestone and significant, this moment is not about me. It's about us. As I assume this role, I do so with full commitment to the core of our mission: service above self. Service above self. So, but just a little bit about me. You've seen a glimpse of my journey in the video that Coco put together and my bio in your programs. But for those who'd rather listen than read, I was born on the island of St. Kitts, the 13th of 14 children. My parents, Reginald and Lillian Jones, were from the island of Nevis, which makes me a Kittitian division. That makes sense, for my early childhood was actually in Nevis. And I have friends who are buying land in these islands, so I know people are beginning to like my islands. I've held several leadership roles in not-for-profit organizations, business, and more specifically, banking. Here at the club, I've participated in various committees, including member engagement programs, research and appeals, and the foundation board. However, one of my most significant leadership roles is being the co-founder, co-author, and architect of 100 Accomplished Black Canadian Women. Together with my co-founders, the Honorable Dr. Jean Augustine and Dr. Denise O'Neill Green, we have celebrated and spotlighted 500 women, some of whom are here today, and co-authored 5 editions of the book, 100 Accomplished Black Canadian Women. And by the way, we have the 5 copies to the back of the room, just in case, and that's proof that this actually happened. But this is a gift to our community, a tribute to unsung heroes, trailblazers, and accomplished Black women who may have never been publicly recognized for their excellence, and nor had their achievements been documented. I'm deeply grateful for that opportunity. Recently, District Governor Nisi held a session with President-elect and asked, "What has kept you at this club?" You remember that conversation, Nisi? Yes. My response was, and I said this publicly, and I'm going to repeat it, I think it's worth repeating. 1, my husband, who insisted I joined. I'm going, where did this come from? 2, John Lloyd, now 90 years young, a co-conspirator with my husband, insisted I join. You were. But a quick story about this man called John, because this is important. In 2013, Rennie and I attended our first Rotary International Convention in Portugal. We were denied entry onto a city bus. The guide insisted that there were no seats. Lorraine Lloyd, who is here with John, she challenged him. And if you know Lorraine well, she's going on the bus, and she went and she counted 8 empty seats. Don't mess with Lorraine. Look, and she told the guide there are 8 empty seats. The guide relented, allowing John and Lorraine to board, but he insisted that Rennie and I could not. John emotionally, and just imagine this, said, "I am not getting on if they're not getting on." He stood his ground. John stood with us. We got on the bus. Eventually, the embarrassed guide had no choice. With that painful incident in mind and his incredible conspiracy work, It's fitting that John did today's toast and prepared the programs. Those beautiful programs, his handiwork. Yes, I put him to work all the time. But nonetheless, you see, this is what Rotary is about, standing up for what's right, even when it's uncomfortable. As Dr. Martin Luther King said, Martin Luther King Jr., that is, the time is always right to do what is right. Other reasons why I remain a Rotarian, because of the incredible work we do and the impact we make to our communities. I recall many Saturdays we came downtown making menstrual pads for homeless girls in the Dominican Republic. We sent 40,000 diabetic syringes to St. Kitts, a life-saving initiative. We delivered holiday hampers to seniors. We prepared Camp Skugog for disadvantaged youth. We contributed to the eradication of polio. We provide $1 million in grants annually to support marginalized communities. This, folks, is service above self. This is what working together feels like. This is Rotary. Let's take a moment to see a short video that captures just a few other good things we've done. The Rotary Club of Toronto is not just a club, it's a movement, a club of action led by passionate, dedicated volunteers who believe in building a better city for all. In 2024, we rolled up our sleeves and got to work. Let's take a look at some of the ways we made a difference together. We joined forces with Kids Against Hunger to fight food insecurity. Together, we packed thousands of nutritious meals, ensuring more children across our city had something healthy to eat. Next, we turned our attention to the environment, clearing invasive plants and restoring green spaces. Because a cleaner, greener Toronto benefits all of us. At the holidays, we partnered with the Toronto Police to host the annual Christmas party for children with disabilities. It was a joyous day filled with laughter, gifts, and a whole lot of heart. And we didn't forget our beloved seniors. We delivered holiday cheer through gifts, visits, and a simple reminder that they are never alone. Let's talk about Camp Skugog, which is close to our hearts. Every year, we help improve this vital retreat for children in families. In 2025, we honored one of our heroes by building the birdhouse, named after legacy builder Marine Bird. We took action at the Daily Food Bank, packing essentials for those in urgent need, because no one should go hungry in our city. We are proud to strengthen health services, like our donation of the health bus to the Sherbourne Health Center, helping to meet the urgent needs of our most vulnerable neighbors. And finally, our deeply moving Tree of Remembrance at Sankofa Square. Each December, we invite the public to write heartfelt messages to loved ones, pinning them on a towering 40-foot tree. A shared moment of reflection, healing, and love. This is the spirit of the Rotary Club of Toronto, rooted in service, powered by community, and driven by our shared belief that together we can do more. Here's to another year of action, compassion, and change. Thank you. If you have not been inspired before, sincerely hope that you are now. We do good things, and these are done by people who do not get paid. It's totally voluntarily. So please, if you want to become a Rotarian and do good in the community, join our club. We have hundreds of clubs around, so you can join them. Your program contains our goals and shared expectations. I hope you had a chance to peek at it. Rotarians, I'm talking to you now. Hold that program close to your heart. We'll reference it from time to time, our goals and shared expectations. But it's heartwarming to see that with all the political division and social upheaval around us, Rotary remains a humanitarian organization. Our goal is to do good in the world, regardless of who you are, where you come from, your religious belief, your gender identity, your socioeconomic status, or the color of your skin. Here are the strategic priorities for 2025-2026. 1, elevate the Rotary brand and image through sweat equity projects, corporate partnerships, environment actions, and community connections. Let's proudly wear our pins and share our stories. Let people know what Rotary is about. Grow our membership. And here's a tagline for you. Each one, bring one. Let's aim for 250 members by 2026. DJ Anisi, I did not put that in my goal. This is just for us. I think that's doable though. We'll be recognizing members who recruit committed and talented new members. You may get a bottle of wine at our meeting. Let's strengthen our club engagement. My granddaughter, Harlow, taught me in her special way during her pandemic talent shows, she did have shows, that inclusion means engagement. She was only 2 years old at that time, but she made sure when she was having her talent show, everybody in the house showed up. Let's create a magnetic culture where everyone is invited, involved, and inspired. Let's support and integrate new members. Ensure no one feels like an outsider. A simple note or kind gesture can spark lifelong friendships. I can personally attest to this. When I worked in an organization and I found a note on my desk that says, Dauna, we are happy to have you. Welcome aboard. Let's do lunch. That was 25 years ago, July 3rd, 1990. We're still friends today. That's Marika. Initially, I thought Marika was a ghost. I never ever saw her. But she finally showed up. And every year we meet. That's what we're talking about. Support vulnerable seniors, Indigenous peoples, those facing mental health challenges, food insecurity or homelessness. Let's show up for them. Let's commit to excellence. Stay alive, stay inspired. Let's be exceptional and have fun. Let's support new members. Let's remember the Tree of Remembrance as well. It's one of our signature events. Thanks to past presidents Jason Phelps and Annie Sandra Hamel and the team, we transformed Sankofa Square into a space of love and reflection. Our volunteers worked tirelessly despite the frigid weather in December. Visitors wrote special messages on ribbons, which we tied on the 40-foot tree. It was so beautiful. Let's invest in ourselves, attend trainings, district conferences, and visit other clubs. District Governor Denise, you told me I need to say this. Rotary is a Rotary is a classroom for learning and growing. Use it wisely. You can gain from it. Let's share our stories. Submit your inspirational and impactful stories to The Voice and Rotary Magazine. They could include your engagement with environmental cleanup activities. Every story matters, even the ones you think are boring. In closing, let me leave you with the words of Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. Together, we are that group. Let's walk this journey hand in hand. Let's do good, not for applause, but for impact. Thank you, and let's get to work. Before I leave this important podium, I know that Binoy and Annie Sandra held it like this. I want to express my gratitude to a few people who have contributed to today's event. Caitlin Almeida will be presenting a few minutes from now. Erin Blake for your beautiful rendition. Brigitte Bogar for leading O Canada along with Denise Williams. Coco, we've talked about before. And Denise will be doing a special rendition. You got to stick around for this. Friends and fellow Rotarians, thank you. Past President John Lloyd for your toast. Past President Annie Sandra Hamel for introducing new members very shortly. Past Presidents, your support means the world to me. I have taken your words of wisdom, and many of you have come forward and gave me some very solid and wise advice. To my friend Vashni Martin for your plaque and heartfelt message delivered by Paige. Carol Hutchinson, our incredible executive director. She makes things happen behind the scenes. I call it, she has my back. The National Club staff for your excellence in service and food. The setup team, Sadie Lynn, Paige, Karis, Joaline, Kit, Malcolm, and Ken. My brothers who are online, and my sister Valerie here in person, my in-laws in New Jersey. I know my sister-in-law Sonia, she's looking on, and family in St. Kitts, United States and England, or audience who are in person and online. To President-elect Pauline Lyons and VP Sergio, your loyalty means everything to me. To past President Binoy, your legacy of excellence inspires me. Yes, they deserve it. To a board who you'll meet very shortly, committee chairs, working group champions, and staff, Sarah and Isam, you are the heartbeat of this club. So again, thank you. I would like to get the members. I would like to recognize our board members at this time, and if you can come forward, you will receive your pins. Carol will pin you up. And I'd also like to invite Sergio and Pauline, our next president. She'll follow me. Pauline will pin their committee chairs, and Sergio will pin the working group champions. So I'd like to ask Board of Directors, Jeff Pollock, Jeff Pollock, Maureen Bird, who is not here, Mitra Gudarzi, Jay Lavier, Lorraine Lloyd, who is a new board member, Brenda Lucu, new board member, Mark McKitty, Peter Simi, Brent Thomas, and Richard White, who is unable to be here today. So Carol, will you give them their pins? Huh? Not yet. Not yet. Oh, yes, Nestle, you're supposed to be there. Supposed to be here, Nestle. Sorry, I'm getting into trouble already. Okay. All right, I'm gonna ask our committee chairs now to come. Harry Figov, Peter Simi, Kurt is not here today. A Chai-Ling Koo, committee chair, come to the podium. For your pins, please come to the stage for your pins. Binoy Luku, Steve Smith, Mark McKitty, Yuri Wims, Jeffrey Johnson, Yuri Wims, you're coming, Paula Shepherd, Alana Scott, and Jeff Dobson. For those who are absent, they'll get their pins later. You're welcome. Jeffrey Johnson, you're wanted. Yeah, yeah. Liam, you're there too. Yeah. Working group champions. We have Susan Housen, Kai DeBonish. Is Kai here? Jake Tran, is Jake here? Paula Shepherd, you got yours? Okay. John Fortney. Yes, for working group champions, Brent Thomas, Annie Sandra Hamel for mental health, and Jason Feld, Sylvia Geist, Sylvia for the veterans. Yeah, yes. Yeah, okay. I just want, if I can get your attention, please. If I can get everybody's attention, please. Hello, hello, hello. May I get your attention, please? Hello, may I get your attention, please? Thank you. I just want to thank the board members. I want to thank the committee chairs and the working group champions. We have a lot of work to do. And so I'm looking forward to working very closely with you because we can do great things together. We're coming to the almost the end of the program, but I'm going to ask, you can have a seat now. I'm going to ask Denise Williams to come and do our final rendition of Nesam Doma. And then I'll be back to do a closing poem for my guests. So Denise Williams, over to you.
Well, well, well. Normally I don't speak before I sing, I just sing. But this is an honor. I'm absolutely honored to be here and to be celebrating with Dauna. Congratulations, and thank you for asking me to do this. What's interesting about Nessun Dorma, it's a very popular opera aria that was made popular by Puccini and also Aretha Franklin. But what's most important about it and tonight is the fact that it ends with the word vincero in Italian, which the singer is saying, by the morning, I am really going to conquer. I'm going to win. I'm going to succeed. And there's nothing more fitting than this. So, Nessun Dorma. Nessun dorma. Principessa, la tua fredda stanza, guardi le stelle che tremano d'amore, di speranza. Everyone, thank you. Everybody.
I can't say, I'm speechless. I'm out of breath. Thank you, Denise. What a wonderful rendition. Oh my goodness. We're going to have you every year. Between you and Bridgita, well, you're coming every day. We have an important action to take right now. We want to welcome our new members to our club. We've got 3 new members. We're starting off on the right foot. On that note, I want to ask past president Anisandra Hamel to come and do the honors. This will then follow our DG or district governor, who would, after the new members, should say a few words. We feel very honored to have you, Nisa. So Anisandra, the floor is yours.
Wow, this is a new little stool. I'm not sure which way to go. I like it. John, I'd like to know how you can read without glasses at your young age. I am here to introduce 3 new members. Paige Caldera. You can join me very close to me. Randeep Sandhu and Selena Pollard. I will start with Paige's bio. Paige is originally from the UK, but now in Canada, where she continues to channel her love for storytelling through digital content, production work, and community building. She thrives on building meaningful connection and crafting narratives that resonate, whether behind the scenes of a major campaign or in front of the camera, sharing her own experiences of life abroad. Paige was named a BME Pros 2020. That means for Black mentees, and a PRCA Young Communicator, which is for PR and communication in the UK. And that was for the year of 2022. As you have heard tonight, we now know that Paige is also Dauna's great niece. Paige, would you like to say a few words in less than 60 seconds?
Thank you. Yes, I will do this very quickly because I don't want Carol to kick me off stage. We all know what she's like. But no, truthfully, since moving here, I've been kind of seeking the opportunity to connect with like-minded people who are deeply committed to making a tangible difference in the community, which is exactly what the Rotary Club of Toronto does. I've admired the Rotary's incredible dedication, the service above itself, and its profound influence both locally and globally. I'm truly excited to be part of the Rotary Club, to contribute my skills and working together to make a meaningful difference. So I'm very happy to be on board. Thank you.
Up next, Randeep, right here next to me. Randeep is a director with Dynamic Security and AB Media. He is also an entrepreneur and an aspiring land developer. He lives in Brampton and is deeply committed to community services, organizes food and clothing drives. In his spare time, he enjoys playing polo, apparently with the Prince Harry. He loves horses, tennis, and networking. Randeep, you have 60 seconds. The lectern is yours.
I will make sure I am done before 60 seconds. Thank you everyone for having me here. And I am very grateful to all the people who give me this opportunity to stand on this amazing platform and be a member of the society. I'm looking forward to help a lot of people through this society and a lot of good connections. So thank you again for having me here.
And finally, we have Selena Pollard. She is the founder of Thrive & Company, a real estate brokerage with over 29 years of award-winning service. She has been passionate about development of youth and disenfranchised women, and her commitments include the King Bay Chaplainry and the Redwood Shelter. Most recently, Selena served as second vice president on the board of Donald Moore Canada. She interestingly developed and provided training for the first nail salon in Barbados. Selena, lectern is yours. You know the time.
I'm taking the rest of his time. I'm gonna stand here just because, yeah, kind of tall. So thank you very much. Good evening, and fellow Rotarians and distinguished guests. Gracious thank you to Annie, Sandra, for that kind introduction. I'd like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to President Dauna Jones-Simmonds and the entire incoming leadership team on this historic and auspicious occasion. I'm certain that your dedication and vision will no doubt lead to an impactful tenure of service. So being a transfer from the Rotary Etobicoke, I'd like to acknowledge my gratitude for the time that I spent there, which marked my introduction to service clubs. As I step into this next chapter with the Toronto Rotary, I'm very excited about what is to come. You would have thought that I had planned this, having known Dauna for a number of years, but I say it's God's plan, and I couldn't be more thrilled about being a part of this club at this time. To past President Benoit, who I had the pleasure of being seated next to at my first meeting here a few weeks ago, along with his wife Brenda, Carol Hutchinson, and many others that were present, thank you kindly for making me feel very welcome. And I'm not sure if I made this up or heard this along the way, but my motto is you are either part of the problem or part of the solution. Along with the Toronto Rotary, I look forward to being part of the solution. Big things are ahead. I'm excited for what we'll accomplish. Thank you.
President Dauna, it's back to you for the final welcoming word to our 3 new members.
To our 3 new members, welcome. We certainly looking forward to your valuable contribution over the next many years. We're not selfish here, right? So just want to say thanks and for making the choice of Toronto being the club you wish to join. But you know that you can visit many clubs. That's something we want to encourage, collaboration amongst clubs. So even for the existing members, that's something we would like to encourage. So thank you and welcome aboard. We'll do the picture taking later. So over to you, District Governor Nancy Dillon Trevelos. Do you need the stool? No. Yeah.
And Annie, Sandra, I'll make this 60 seconds. Good evening, everyone. What an absolute honor it is to be here tonight, surrounded by both familiar faces and new faces, all here to celebrate an incredible moment for an incredible person. We just heard Dauna's throne speech, and wow. If anyone had any doubts about the energy and passion she's bringing to this role, that's just been put to rest. That wasn't just a speech, that was a mic drop moment. Over the past year, I've had the privilege of getting to know Dauna through training sessions, assemblies, endless Zooms, and of course, our unforgettable Chicago adventure. And let me tell you, she's the real deal. Her enthusiasm is contagious. Her laughter fills a room. Her spirit is absolutely unstoppable. And she has a fabulous husband to support her along the way. That deserves an applause, yeah. This evening isn't just about a new Rotary year. It's about celebrating a leader who is full of life, full of purpose, and ready to unite for good in a big way. I have every confidence that under Dauna's leadership, this club will do what it always does: rise, shine, and serve with heart. So let's raise our glass, raise our energy, and cheer on Dauna as she takes the throne and leads with passion, creativity, and that signature sparkle we all love. Let's begin the new year, and this will be amazing. Congratulations, Dauna. Need a hug. Congratulations.
Thank you, District Governor Nacy, for your kind words. I will pay you later, okay? Okay, I just want to thank Afro Global Television. They're broadcasting today's event. I didn't tell you before, but thank you, Patricia. She's a filmmaker. So thank you so much. If you know me well enough, I end my sessions or meetings with a poem. So this poem is for everyone. It's for all of us. And it's called Unite for Good. Today begins a journey bold, a chapter new, a vision told. With heart and hope, I humbly stand to serve, to lead with a guiding hand. Unite for Good, our chosen theme, a call to action, not a dream. Together, we will shape the way and lift each other every day. We'll serve the hungry, house the cold, and stand by seniors, strong and old. We'll care for the vets, protect the skies where mental health and justice rise. We'll grow our members, tend each flame, and build a club that earns its name. With Rotaracts and youth in tow, we'll plant the seeds and help them grow. We'll share our truth, our story loud. We'll stand as one and make you proud. And while the world may shift and spin, together still we'll rise and win. So here I stand, both proud and true, to walk this year with all of you. In unity, we'll do what's right. Bring hope, bring joy, bring lasting light. Let's spotlight those who give their all, who answer every selfish call. For our club, the stars shine bright. Let's lift them up into the light. I lead to serve, not just to stare, to listen closely and hold you near. With strength, compassion, an open mind, an empowered space for all to find. So let us march for the common good with grace and grit, just as we should. Let's unite for good, hands clapped in hand. Together Rotarians proudly stand with purpose and passion. Yours truly, your 2025-2026 President, Dauna Jones-Simmonds. Thank you. Thank you. We have just a couple announcements, and I think Caitlin is here. Yeah, Caitlin, are you around still? Or you left, you just got bored? She's gonna testify about her experience as a new member at our recent convention. And I want to, she's a Yahoo!
evening, everyone. So I'm going to take you back very, very briefly to where we were just a couple weeks ago at the Rotary International Convention in Calgary. And I hope you'll join me in just this little brief highlight reel where we're going to take a walk not on the wild side, but on the west side. So there were some really great, engaging speakers that were there that helped expand our minds. Some highlights for me included Dr. Tedros, the Director General from the World Health Organization, who spoke about Rotary International's incredible work towards polio eradication and really encouraged us to continue on the path we're going to really ensure we achieve that goal. We also heard from Isabel, a professor in public health, who really talked about the next step in Rotary's journey to focus on eliminating cervical cancer worldwide with a strong focus on HPV vaccination, testing, and cervical cancer treatment. And we heard from Gina Davis, if anybody knows that name, Academy Award winner and actress, who spoke about the importance of representation in film and the representation she's done to have women represented in the film industry and in film itself. So it was really inspiring. But more than that, we had lots of fellowship and fun. But there was a warm welcome from Calgary. There were signs all over the city, graffiti signs welcoming us in, a sign that I loved that said, "Welcome Rotary, kitchen open late." There was also this spectacular welcome at the Grand Spectacular. The Calgary Stampede, as you know, has been happening now, but they did a special event, the Grand Spectacular from the Stampede, just for us. And the highlights for me were that there was horse relay racing, where the rider jumped from horse to horse. It was incredible athleticism. And there was a drone show that spelled out Rotary and then had the Rotary wheel in the sky. It was absolutely incredible and brought us together. But more than that, we connected as a club. So many members of our club were there. We connected with Rotaractors from our club. We connected with Rotarians and Rotaractors from our district. We connected with people from around the world, connections that we had made at past conventions and past opportunities, and new connections as well. So it was a really incredible opportunity, and host hospitality really lived up to the hype, an opportunity to be invited to other Rotarians' homes in Calgary that hosted us, or at events they organized to meet new people. So it was incredible. And of course, we can't forget about our club traditions. This was my first time attending as a member of the Rotary Club of Toronto, and I saw how close-knit this club is in sitting together at the different plenary sessions, which was really incredible. We've got some great group pictures from that. President Dauna organized a wonderful welcome reception for us on the Saturday night, and we had a great cocktail reception and food. And Don Bell organized a delicious dinner for us on the Wednesday night to wrap up the convention. So we were bookended by some really great food and drink. So we hope that this is just the tip of the iceberg, but it was a really incredible opportunity, and I'd encourage you to go. So if you haven't been before, the next one is happening in Taipei next June. Registration is open. Our wonderful past president, Michelle Guy, is a key organizer for the convention, so big shout out to Michelle. And I'd really encourage you to go to Taipei or any convention thereafter. It's a really incredible, magical opportunity to unite for good. And again, a big thank you to everybody who took part in the convention and shared pictures to make kind of pulling together some reels really possible. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Caitlin. And on that note, if there's no other announcements that I've missed. Whoa, didn't tell me this was the 7th. Ladies and gentlemen, our meeting is adjourned. Have a safe and good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you.
evening, everyone. So I'm going to take you back very, very briefly to where we were just a couple weeks ago at the Rotary International Convention in Calgary. And I hope you'll join me in just this little brief highlight reel where we're going to take a walk not on the wild side, but on the west side. So there were some really great, engaging speakers that were there that helped expand our minds. Some highlights for me included Dr. Tedros, the Director General from the World Health Organization, who spoke about Rotary International's incredible work towards polio eradication and really encouraged us to continue on the path we're going to really ensure we achieve that goal. We also heard from Isabel, a professor in public health, who really talked about the next step in Rotary's journey to focus on eliminating cervical cancer worldwide with a strong focus on HPV vaccination, testing, and cervical cancer treatment. And we heard from Gina Davis, if anybody knows that name, Academy Award winner and actress, who spoke about the importance of representation in film and the representation she's done to have women represented in the film industry and in film itself. So it was really inspiring. But more than that, we had lots of fellowship and fun. But there was a warm welcome from Calgary. There were signs all over the city, graffiti signs welcoming us in, a sign that I loved that said, "Welcome Rotary, kitchen open late." There was also this spectacular welcome at the Grand Spectacular. The Calgary Stampede, as you know, has been happening now, but they did a special event, the Grand Spectacular from the Stampede, just for us. And the highlights for me were that there was horse relay racing, where the rider jumped from horse to horse. It was incredible athleticism. And there was a drone show that spelled out Rotary and then had the Rotary wheel in the sky. It was absolutely incredible and brought us together. But more than that, we connected as a club. So many members of our club were there. We connected with Rotaractors from our club. We connected with Rotarians and Rotaractors from our district. We connected with people from around the world, connections that we had made at past conventions and past opportunities, and new connections as well. So it was a really incredible opportunity, and host hospitality really lived up to the hype, an opportunity to be invited to other Rotarians' homes in Calgary that hosted us or at events they organized to meet new people. So it was incredible. And of course, we can't forget about our club traditions. This was my first time attending as a member of the Rotary Club of Toronto, and I saw how close-knit this club is in sitting together at the different plenary sessions, which was really incredible. We've got some great group pictures from that. President Dauna organized a wonderful welcome reception for us on the Saturday night, and we had a great cocktail reception and food. And Don Bell organized a delicious dinner for us on the Wednesday night to wrap up the convention. So we were bookended by some really great food and drink. So we hope that this is just the tip of the iceberg, but it was a really incredible opportunity, and I'd encourage you to go. So if you haven't been before, the next one is happening in Taipei next June. Registration is open. Our wonderful past president, Michelle Guy, is a key organizer for the convention, so big shout out to Michelle. And I'd really encourage you to go to Taipei or any convention thereafter. It's a really incredible, magical opportunity to unite for good. And again, a big thank you to everybody who took part in the convention and shared pictures to make kind of pulling together some reels really possible. Thank you again.